Namaste. Welcome to all of you on this 8th day of storytelling on the occasion of Navaratri. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of Mahagauri. Let's say a prayer before we start. Shvete vrushe samarudha Shvetambaradhara shuchihi Mahagauri shubham dadyat Mahadeva pramodata. Om. Mahagauri or Gauri is another form of Devi. She is also one of the Navadurgas. We pray to her on the 8th day of Navaratri. Gauri is another name for Parvati. Why do we call her Gauri? Let's see. Parvati Devi was born in the Himalayas. The Himalayas is this mountainous, cold, mountainous place filled with snow, where the highest mountains of the world are. It is on this northern tip of Bharat, right? She's born there. The color of her skin is that of crushed wheat. So in Sanskritam, Gaura Varna means that person who is the color of wheat. So she is called Gauri. So now let me tell you a little about how she became a mother, how Gauri became a mother. Now, it was in the times when Shiva had lost his wife, Sati. She had died by throwing herself into the sacrificial fire because her husband had been insulted by her father. Shiva was very, very sad, and he had decided not to marry, and he was deep in meditation. But at the same time, there was a Rakshasa, an Asura, a demon named Tarakasura. And when he comes to know that Shiva has decided not to get married, and he had to ask for a boon from Brahma, he had asked for a boon that nobody should be able to kill him. If at all anyone would kill him, it had to be the son of Shiva. He had received that boon. He now knows that nothing is going to happen to him. So now the gods had to convince Shiva to get married. And at that same time, Gauri had started doing tapas because she wanted Shiva as a husband. She was doing she was doing rigorous tapas, right? So much so that she had got another name, Aparna, the one who doesn't eat anything, not even a fallen leaf. So the gods are worried. So what they do is they call Kamadeva. Kamadeva is the god of love. They tell him, "Oh Kamadeva, everything depends on you. You need to go and distract Shiva. You need to make sure that he opens his eyes when Parvati is in front of him. He has to see Parvati." So Kama says, "Sure, no worries, no worries." And he goes down to earth, to Kailasha. And he has his bow. His bow is all covered with flowers. And his arrows are as gentle as the spring flowers. The tips are bathed in flowers and fragrance of flowers. And as soon as they hit the heart of anyone, that person falls in love with what they see. It's a beautiful, beautiful spring day. Flowers are blooming, birds are chirping, and Shiva is covered with ashes and doing tapas. And in front of him is Gauri, frail now. She's not eaten for many days, with a luster of knowledge and Shakti. And she is doing tapas. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, right in front. And all around the birds are chirping. The flowers are blooming. Butterflies are flitting from one flower to another. Bees are buzzing around. But these two know nothing about what is going on. They are engrossed in their tapas. Now Kama and his wife Rati are also dancing around in the area. And as he's dancing, Kama takes his bow and his arrow and strings the bow and lets the arrow go. Gently, it pierces the heart of Shiva. Shiva opens his eyes as soon as that touches his heart and looks up and sees Parvati. At the same time, who distracted me? Who disturbed me from my tapas? Someone distracted me, disturbed me. Who? And he sees Kamadeva. Immediately he gets red with anger and his third eye opens and out flashes fire and hits Kamadeva and burns him up into ashes. Rati is very sad. She starts crying and she looks at Parvati and gets really angry. It is because of you that Kama has died. It is because of you. And she curses Parvati. You are doing tapas for Shiva because you want him as a husband. You may marry him, but you will never be able to bear a child. After this, Rati does get back Kama, but the curse has been given. Now we know afterwards that Shiva and Parvati do get married. They have spent some time together and now it is time to go out for Shiva. Shiva goes traveling. She spends her time around with her friends and she has a lot of work to do. She's after all Shakti. She has to keep the world safe. She's doing that while Shiva is traveling. She would love to have a child, but Shiva is not there and she can't bear a child. So what she does is she takes sandalwood paste. She takes a lot of sandalwood paste and she puts that on her hands and her body, and then she takes water and washes that off and sculpts a little baby boy with that sandalwood paste that she has taken from her body. And she breathes life into that child. It becomes a beautiful, handsome little baby. She's very happy. She takes care of the baby. She loves him as mother. The child is growing. Now, it's been a few years. Shiva is still in his travels. Gauri is alone because I think it must have been a holiday or something. You know, those who her attendants and all are not there. And she tells her son, "Hey putra, make sure nobody disturbs me. I'm going to go and take a bath now. Don't let anybody come in." So her son says, "Sure, Ma, go. Don't worry, I will not let anybody come in." And he is guarding the door. Parvati goes to take a bath. At this very time, Shiva comes. He sends Nandi ahead and says, "Hey Nandi, go and tell Devi that I am here." So Nandi, the bull, he goes, and he is trying to go in, and there's this little boy there. This little boy says, "Hey, stop. Where are you going?" And Nandi says, "I'm going inside to meet Devi." No. You can't go. You can't go in. You're not allowed. Who are you to tell me I can't go? I say you can't go. That's it. I am Gauri's son. You can't go in. Now Nandi says, "What son? Whose son? Stop it. I'm going to go in." So this boy, Gauri Putra, says, "I will fight you if you try to go in. So it's better you don't." And he is ready to fight. So Nandi goes to Shiva and he says, "Lord, there is this little boy, probably 7 or 8 or 10-year-old, and he's saying he is Devi's son, and he's not allowing me to go in." Shiva says, "What son? No. Go and fight him." We know that story also, right? So there is a fight between Gauri Putra and the Ganas of Shiva and Nandi, and then finally even Shiva. And he is beheaded. Little boy. And when he is falling, he says, "Ma," he cries. And Gauri hears that and she runs. What has happened to my son? She comes and she sees, she gets really, really mad. And then Shiva says, "Really, what have I done?" He said, "What have I done? I should have talked with him. I should have waited. What did I do?" Parvati says she's not going to talk with him. She doesn't care until her son comes back to life. So that's when Shiva asks his Ganas to go and get the very first animal, that is, whose head is facing south, and get the head of that animal. And the animal that they find is an elephant, and he gets that head and he transplants the head on the little boy. And this cute little boy is then called Gajaraja. And he is also given a lot of boons, and Shiva makes him the head of all the Ganas, and he's called Ganapati or Ganesha, Gana Isha. So that is the story of how Gauri becomes a mother and protects her child also. And her first son, Ganesha, who becomes the remover of all obstacles, who we pray to before praying to anybody else, right? And afterwards we know that they have another child. Kartikeya is born later, who is called Shanmuga or Skanda, Murugan, right? That is yet another story. I hope you like the story. Tomorrow I will be telling you the last story of the Navadurgas, that is Siddhidhatri's story. Until then, like the video, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for the love of stories. Namaste.